Uh, yeah, we just broke in, and we're here to like reveal the truth.
All right. So
We
are. Again, we'll just introduce
this
ourselves
is
real
unfair.
quick. Yep.
This doesn't matter at this point. We have to get on.
But I'm Alex.
I'm Jacob. But all right, so we broke in to CPR, even though we were banned from doing the show anymore because we lost our sponsorship. But we've learned so much. Working for NextCorp really opened our eyes, and
the truth is terrifying, listeners. So we just need to get the message out as quickly as possible. But Soap Inc. isn't as great as you guys thought.
It's not as great as we thought either. I'm so sorry. We lied to you so much. No, it wasn't a lie. We didn't know.
We believed it.
We believed it.
We thought it was true, listeners. But the downsides to the products you guys are using, and it's not the only way. It's possible for there to be other great, powerful, perfect corporations like NextCorp.
There can be other people making products. It doesn't just have to be one. There's no need for that. Why didn't we think of that?
Exactly. And there doesn't need to be one crazy corporation ruling over everything. Also, it's possible for there to be others. Other corporations can be good too. Other corporations can be better and are better.
It feels like heresy at this point, but I think it's true that I don't think Dr. Soap has all the powers that he's said to have.
Yeah, like, sure, they're saying he was around for the whole time, and there was always somebody alive who was called Dr. Soap, but the same guy? That's ridiculous. People don't live that long, all right?
Yeah, what made Dr. Soap special? Nothing. Just propaganda and lies. And we fell for it.
The big smile.
The big smile, the bubble mustache, the elders.
The stories they ingrain from day one of your birth.
The history textbooks. It's all made up. He didn't invent agriculture. Humans in general just did it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one guy had the first idea, and maybe that's the original Dr. Soap, but it's not some immortal genius, guys.
He might not even be real.
Well,
like we had
a guy in here, but like
he could have just called himself Dr. Soap.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure that there's some person appointed to be Dr. Soap, but that's all. He's just appointed, right?
He's just a figurehead. He doesn't do anything.
He didn't create the company.
He doesn't.
The
come
company
up with
created
the
him.
Yeah. How could we be so blind?
And listeners, I know this might seem completely crazy. All right. We seem like crazy dissenters, but we're not living in the woods. All right.
We're thinking clearly. We see the entire truth.
Yeah. So there's actually an organized resistance effort. And I know you guys think it's all just about, trying to murder people and force ideals, but no, all right? We're living within different new laws in a reasonable society. We can't quite say where we're staying at the moment. I mean, obviously right now we're in the studio. Please don't tell anybody.
No, please don't report us.
But we still have companies, we still have laws, and everything's still working out fine without the need for Soap Inc.
Yeah, it's only been a couple of days, but we've already seen so much growth and like so much community.
And I'm sure that Soap Inc. hasn't been telling you guys, but there are several large pieces of territory within the United States that are actually turned over. They're currently under the protection of NextCorp, and Soap Inc. doesn't have any control here. I mean, not here in the studio. They do. Please don't tell anyone we're here. But within those territories.
I think we better start from the beginning, though. How did we come to find all of this?
All right. I actually got my contract with NextCorp a while ago, but I had no idea of most of the stuff that was going on. I just thought it was going to be, another gig working for Soap Inc., but they started to tell me a little here, a little there. And then when we knew that we were losing our jobs here, I said, all right, well, it looks like I am going to work for you guys. And I told them I won't work without Jacob by my side. And they gave us the contract, and they gave us all the information we needed to know. Although I did have a little hints here and there before this.
I barely even noticed the lies we were being fed. I just believed all of it. I wanted to believe it. I wanted a perfect world. And NextCorp, they showed me that a perfect
They promised a perfect world. We thought we had a perfect world, but it was just a sandcastle.
Yeah, and it's about to crumble, guys. I don't know if you've seen, there are rebellions rising up every single day.
SOAP 2.0, that doesn't have any of the benefits that you were promised. It's just to make it easier to control the population.
Yeah, why would they need an entire new element?
Water works fine.
It doesn't make sense. But we still believed it.
And the time travel, you guys really think they have time travel?
No.
They might have a little bit of time travel in one direction. You can't go backwards in time. That's crazy. Forward in time, they might have that. They, like cryo freeze type deal. But I mean, people are working on that. I don't know if humans can really survive it. And yeah.
But yeah, they made it up. They made it all up just to keep themselves in power and keep everyone else down. And I just really don't know what to do with my life anymore. But I'm fighting the good fight now. I'm with NextCorp. Alex is with NextCorp, and we're gonna bring down
listeners. All of you guys, you gotta understand. You gotta stand with us, like you have since day one. But now we stand for something else.
You have the power to change all of this. You don't have to live in this kind of world. So please, rally with us.
And Chris, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, we're so sorry.
We never meant it.
It did seem like maybe they weren't really getting through to you. Maybe they weren't controlling you in the end. And that's all I can hope for, because Chris, we're so sorry for bringing you in, but
you were right all along. We should have listened.
Your life without soap ink products, you were fine. Okay, you were dirty, but you were alive. You were happy.
You were free.
Free from soap.
Free from soap.
And listeners, when I was cut off last time, that's what I was trying to say. The full NextCorp slogan, which everybody should know: freedom from fear, freedom from soap.
And that's what we're going for right now. We're just trying to get as many people as we can to hear the message, down with soap ink.
And for anybody who's confused to what exactly you're listening to, and you think you've stumbled onto some nonsense dissenter radio and you're about to change the channel, this is Off Air on Center's own radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stevens' own radio station.
It's so dumb we still have to do that, even though we don't have a show anymore.
Well, we don't have to do that, Jacob, but that's the best way for people to understand that this is real, that this is the truth coming to them.
Happening right now.
Exactly. That they need to know what they're listening to, what show this is, who we are, because they need to understand that where the message is coming from. We believed it just like you guys.
But you can change. You don't have to believe anything. You can think for yourself.
And you know how they changed their mind? All they did is they just showed us a world without soap ink. That's all they had to do.
It was beautiful.
So many trees and forests and rivers and, all that nature stuff.
You didn't have to buy anything. You didn't have to use products if you didn't want to.
Nature's so beautiful. And plants, the food they grow, you can clean it off. It doesn't matter that it was grown in the dirt.
Yeah, you can wash anything. Just because it was dirty at one point doesn't mean it was bad.
And you can wash it without soap ink. I really hope this is going through to you guys. I hope that we're broadcasting properly. We never had a way to call in because the machine's broken. I think that was intentional.
That was definitely sabotage. Although the sticker isn't there anymore.
Oh.
Was it working all along and they took
I
it
don't
off
know.
when they knew we had a show?
But because of that, we still never learned how to take calls, so we have no way of knowing if you guys out there are actually listening to this.
Yeah, sorry. We kind of ruined an off-air tradition in that sense.
But there's nothing we can do about it now. It's too late. All we can do is try and build a better future.
And honestly, the calls were probably being monitored anyway.
The calls were probably all coming from So Pink representatives.
They can trace us. They can trace you. They have the ability to trace anyone. Those dirt level monitors, they weren't there for your safety. They monitored you, not the dirt.
And listeners, I was the one. I disabled the sensors in my apartment and in WCPR. I sabotaged them. They're easy to disrupt because they're so complicated and they're trying to do so much, not merely measure the levels of dirt.
Let's go over how to disable your dirt sensor for everyone listening.
All right, so the first thing is it doesn't only measure the levels of dirt, but it does do that. So the first thing you want to do is expose it to a lot of dirt.
I know that's increasingly hard to find in this world that So Pink's trying to create free of dirt, but however you can get your hands on it.
Yeah, just shove a bunch of dirt in the air slot. What's going to happen then is it's going to start beeping, and then you're going to be able to open the access panel because it's expecting to be repaired. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be on the left side, and so you're just going to press the little button under the blinking light. The access panel should pop open.
And then you want to dig deeper. Once you're in the access panel, there should be an area blocked off by a box. You want to get into that box however you can.
Yeah, pry it open with something like a screwdriver. Yeah, or
a hammer even.
Or even a So Pink stainless steel bottle. Whatever you got.
Okay, so you go into the box, and there should just be a bunch of wires. Cut all of them, as many as you can.
Cut some of them twice, even. Just to be sure.
Just don't let anything connect, and it'll lose all communication with So Pink.
It is possible that some of them might also have radio chips, so in that case, you want to just get a hose or a bucket, pour some water in there too.
Not Soap 2.0. It's immune to Soap 2.0.
Obviously and intentionally.
Yeah. But that should disable your dirt monitor sensor until...
If you do accidentally put Soap 2.0 in there, it might repair the wires. Just a little warning.
Yeah, I really hate that they did that.
I don't even know. It doesn't even make sense.
It really doesn't.
I don't know how they did that. It's pretty creepy.
It really... A lot of stuff they did was creepy.
Yeah, like...
They got rid of puberty.
The soap shakes...
Guys, puberty is a part of development.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how exactly they got rid of that, but yeah, that's definitely not healthy in the long run.
No.
Our lifespans were shortened by at least 5 years.
And the fact that we had to have one every single day... We still need to drink them, even though we're trying to rebel. There's no way out of it.
We've been having to steal shipments, and we're slowly reducing the amount and our dependency. And I'm already getting the shakes sometimes, and it's hard to deal with.
I'm noticing all the reactions we mentioned before, the swelling of the skin. I feel my eyes are dry. I can't focus on anything.
And that's only drinking 80% of one a day. We're still getting some dosage. At least the symptoms aren't too bad to stop our work.
No. But just listen. Everyone, you need to cut your dosages as soon as possible.
Try and reduce your dependency because something's going to happen. Soap Inc. may be gone forever, even if you still agree with them for some reason, and you're just going to be dead without them.
There's gonna be a supply left over, but once that runs out, you're done. There's no more.
Nobody else has the ability to make them, and nobody else should make them. They're an evil product.
Evil. I know that's against the rules to say anything bad about Soap Inc., but it doesn't matter now.
We've been against the rules. We've been against the rules for a week. We're actively fighting them. We can't do any worse.
We can get thrown in prison right now if they hear us.
They could probably kill us. That's probably something they do.
That's what I've heard plenty of stories about.
Maybe plenty of the people who supposedly are going off into the woods, they never make it to the woods.
No.
They make it 6 feet under.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris is dead right now, honestly.
I
don't
only
wanna
hope
imagine.
he's okay.
I
I really hope he's okay. Chris, I
Chris,
hope you're
please.
hearing this. I know that while you were in prison, if that's where you still are, they were letting you listen to this show because of the good influence it has.
But it's over. Why would they play it now,
But they might still be playing the radio,
That's true.
expecting the music.
But we have to face the music right now. That's what we have to do. I can't make it any more clear. You need to stop whatever you're doing and reject anything Soap Inc. has offered you in any period of your life.
You can't trust any of those products. They have horrible, horrible side effects that we just brushed over.
We said it was the user's fault. It's not the user's fault. Those shouldn't exist.
Your mouthwash shouldn't kill you if you don't spit it out within a couple minutes. That's fucking... That's crazy.
Every product, every single one of them isn't good for you. They don't have any benefits. They're all horrible, horrible side effects. They just brushed over and said, yeah, that's a product.
And the benefits? They do nothing to overcome those horrible side effects.
No. It is definitely not worth a life of dependency on either. People are able to make knockoffs, like we've reported since the very beginning.
In fact, people have been making other original products as well, and in some cases, they're even better.
Yeah, really. Guys, you don't have to live like this. Join us. Where do they even go? I know there's like the territories, but there's really nowhere else to go if you don't have connections, and you just have to start your own.
You can make your own territories, guys. If you have any weapons yourself, or even if you can just go to one of the currently highly legal NextCorp stores that are still operating in Soap Inc. territories, arm yourselves, create a perimeter, defend yourselves, and you guys, you can do it, we can do it, we can take back this land, we can take back this planet.
Yeah.
And if you can't get into any of the territories in the United States, if you can't figure out where those are, we really can't mention that for reasons, because Soap Inc.'s going to be listening, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
We can't say that. But you could still try and get to South America to find, if you have to temporarily live with dissenters, it's worthwhile.
There's at least one territory on every continent.
And as even Soap Inc. has admitted that most of South America is currently in rebellion.
And for good cause. They weren't getting anything. I heard they were cutting shipments. I heard that they were just taking people away.
They were chopping down huge swaths of rainforest and jungle just to try and find ways to make new products, to experiment with new plants.
And I think...
Well, all the while saying that they want nothing to do with plants. You don't understand how many plants are involved in Soap Inc. products, how many animals. It's crazy.
They don't list any of it because they're not required to. They make the rules, and that alone is enough to be skeptical of.
They put whatever they want on the bottle. They said that there are real bananas in the the banana soap shakes, there's no bananas in those.
It's all artificial.
It's all artificial. And then they say the mouthwash is all artificial. Half of that's plants.
They just lie for no reason sometimes. And
Just to see if they could.
I
And
think,
they did.
I think we better describe how NextCorp even got to the point where it could rebel. Because I think the listeners deserve to know that.
So we all know that NextCorp is actually, or was, not anymore, a
Branch.
subsidiary, a branch of Soap Inc. themselves, which was completely necessary because no other company could simply grow to the size necessary to work against Soap Inc. But this story will just go to show that Soap Inc. isn't as perfect as they claim to be, because if they were, they would have been able to see this coming. They could have prevented this. That alone is proof they aren't perfect. But as the weapons branch, NextCorp, of course, is producing large numbers of weapons, and they've intentionally increased their staff, as I've been mentioning over the course of this show.
Yeah, we weren't working on a radio show. We were on the front lines. We were developing new weapons.
Exactly. Even if we didn't understand entirely why we were doing it.
We knew we had to do it.
So they have all these weapons. A lot of them they didn't tell Soap Inc. that they were producing. So they had intentionally created superior weapons, distributed them while increasing the size of their the number of employees they had, the size of the company, bringing in people like us who weren't even officially associated with them in any capacity, or to just create weapons and to act as people who could join the fight when the day came, until they had a large enough population, of course, still very small compared to the population of Soap Inc., but by intentionally providing inferior weapons to them while making superior weapons for themselves, they were able to turn the tide.
Yeah, and it was really brave of them. The people behind it, we can't disclose any of their names, obviously.
Most of them were in high enough positions within NextCorp and Soap Inc. that if they wanted, they could have just lived their happy little lives, just at the top of the food chain at Soap Inc., where it is cozy and comfy.
Yeah, that's another thing. No one besides the top of the top is living in any sort of quality. Every single product that reduce the quality of your life. I can't make it clear enough that there are better products out there, and using the products they have worsened your life, it shortened your life, it exposed you to severe side effects.
Almost all of them shortened it considerably.
Mm-hmm. It's a marvel anyone's alive as it is. But
you guys may have noticed how there's so many people just out on the street that looks young. That's because most people are young. It's not because the products make you look younger, or because, it's actually extending your life.
It's really sad. And I think, again, we should tell the listeners that you're listening to
Off-Air, Off-Center Zone radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stevens Zone radio station.
And we've come to some surprising truths that we didn't want to face in the beginning.
I think that Soap Inc. has limited our lifespans so that we're probably Jacob and I, we're not going to live.
We're done for in the next few decades, if not just years.
No way we're making it past 35.
No. But the next generation, hopefully, we can create a brighter future for them. Because they didn't do anything
we have
wrong.
a fair number of kids who listen to this show, and who hopefully were still listening even after that final installment, or are just listening to music now. We did also try to just spread the word a little bit, so hopefully some of you guys out there who already had doubts about Soap Inc. may have heard and known to listen now, or hopefully you'll be able to access the copies we're going to try and distribute afterwards.
Yeah. because all our original recordings went on SoapTube, but we
We-
can't put this here. We can't put that there.
But
This there.
there is another website out there that you guys might be able to access, if you know what I mean. But another tube, if you will.
Yeah. Again, we can't say we definitely don't want Soap Inc. shutting it down, but
If you guys have heard about it from your friends, or if somebody slipped you some sort of subtle message during some sort of radio show, then you guys might be able to figure it out.
but yeah, we just need everyone to band together. These are trying times, and we need to stop Soap Inc.
And I don't think there's any more we can really do to help you guys. As I really hope that you're listening to this message. I hope you guys understand the importance, and I hope you guys can believe the truth that we're trying to show you right now. It's going to be hard to undo all of the brainwashing that's been going on for so very, very long.
I still fall into old habits sometimes.
That's the only real washing they were doing.
Yeah,
Tell them about the habits.
the habits. Like, even when I'm talking about Soap Inc., I'll still try and spin it positively and try to defend them, and then I realize the horrible things they've done and are still doing, and I have to correct myself every single time.
And I understand you don't need to wash your hands more than once if you're using soap that really works. And sometimes I still just find myself washing them 2 to 3 times in a row.
And, like, just general habits. The showering, the mouthwash, just every product we've mentioned. It's so hard to let all of that go when it's been a part of your life for so long.
Yeah, one time actually I was using mouthwash and I got distracted and I had it in my mouth for 45 seconds. And I actually felt this ghost burning sensation because I thought that something would be wrong, and I panicked. I thought I was going to die. I spit it out, but of course I was fine because I'm using a safe product, a normal product.
I was using shampoo, and again, like Alex, I was distracted and left it in for a little too long, and I panicked because I knew if I didn't get it off in 3 seconds, I would be done for. But
Well, I mean, you'd just be traveling.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
If whatever,
I didn't.
or whatever
I
those
didn't time travel.
hallucinations are.
Yeah, it really didn't do anything because it shouldn't do anything besides wash your hair.
Or, if you don't clean it out properly, make your hair a little sticky.
Yeah, but that's it, guys. That's it. There shouldn't be any downsides to using cleaning products. I really don't know what else we can say, but there is a rebellion coming, and if we can fight it and win, Soap Inc. will be no more.
I only hope that most of the people who are involved, like Bill Cusick, were simply deceived and that they weren't actively trying to oppress and hurt all of you guys out there, hurt all of us. But
yeah, we believed all our guests.
Because we believed the lies. I can only hope that they were believing the lies as well, and that when they know the message, that they can join us.
Yeah, to all our guests especially, if you're listening. 1, we want to thank you all. And 2, stop whatever you're doing. And please, just give up Soap Inc. Fight it. Don't be a puppet anymore. You don't have to be.
And Madeline, if you're listening, I think you knew something was happening because you didn't seem to care about Soap Inc. at all when we were talking about them during that episode.
You need to get as far away from that air filter as you can.
Oh no, the air filter. Don't even bring up what it does, but
Yeah. Remember how it was mentioned that people gathered around it? That's beta mind control. They were placing it in major cities in the hopes of getting users to do whatever they want.
and it particularly attracts children because they're the most vulnerable, their brains are the most plastic. Those are the ones they want to start with, to work with.
And from what we've seen so far, it's working. And you can't be near any air filter because they will control you eventually.
And if you're able to stay far, far away from Hong Kong.
And any major city with an air filter.
Exactly. Fortunately, we're far away enough from the outside of New York City that we're not currently being affected, but I'd highly recommend against going to the city except during the time that it's under maintenance, which is 1 to 2 p.m. currently. Of course, at night. They might change the maintenance times to try and catch people who are, trying to work around them. We'll try and keep the message out there of when those are.
Mm-hmm. Or if you go see, or not go, you go participate in the NYU Student Jam tomorrow, which I won't be able to make, but if you can, it's a good time. You should go.
I didn't hear about that.
I did. I like the Facebook page.
Oh. I'm glad that Facebook's still working.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't change it to Soapbook. I'm sure they have all kinds of ties with it, and they mine data from there.
Oh, they definitely 100% mine data from there.
Yeah.
How do you think they're able to keep it running, guys?
Yeah.
It's the ties to SoapBank.
I was wondering why you had to make a post every time you washed your hands, every time you brushed your teeth. It's because they're monitoring you that way too. And if you don't post for one particular day, you go on a list.
That's why I created a bot that automatically creates those posts for me, which is why some people may have noticed that they're the same thing every single day.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend that anybody out there able to do the same, do that as well, if you want to continue using Facebook. But there are also, again, just like with the SoapTube alternative, there are other sites out there that you guys can use.
And you don't even have to use the SoapNet. There's just an internet, guys.
Yeah, there's this beautiful thing that came out of DARPANET, which was originated quite a while ago, and it was a project to create something free from SoapInk's grasp, and it succeeded.
Yeah, and it's available to you right now, not through Soap browsing products, of course, but if you can get your hands on products that aren't made by SoapInk, manufactured by people in the rebellion or just security freaks.
And using a VPN, you can still access some of those sites that you might need to, that SoapInk normally provides.
Yep. Just, again, don't use anything SoapInk makes. It's all for your detriment and their benefit.
Except, of course, the stuff that you need to use just as you're weaning yourself off of the dependencies like we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough, but I think we're going to be able to beat Rehab.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be able to beat SoapInk.
And I think that's all we can say.
Yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure they've picked up on the fact that we're broadcasting this by now, and we really we don't have the time to say anymore. We need to get back out to the territories.
Yeah, but it's been a wild ride, and I just am so grateful for all the listeners we had throughout this session, throughout our whole season.
It's been a wild and crazy ride, and I just feel so enlightened and so uplifted, and I hope all you guys out there all you listeners are doing well too, and I hope that you can get yourselves to a better place, specifically a place free from SoapInk.
Yeah, you there are so many more options, and I just hope everyone out there is safe, and you can all be free from soap ink one day. That's my vision I want for everyone.
So, just in conclusion, I'm your host, Alex. This is your host, Jacob.
And this has been
Off Air on Center's own radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stephen's own radio station.
And I just want to wish any future hosts luck on the show.
And we wish you happy holidays independent of Soap Miss.
Yeah, really. But thank you all for listening, for real. It's been an honor
wonderful
and a pleasure, even if we were spreading propaganda 99% of the time.
I feel like we've managed to finally overcome that, and you guys can stand strong and safe with NextCorp.
We still didn't talk about something else. I think we have to.
We have to?
For old time's sake.
I agree. What did you want to talk about?
I didn't have anything in mind. I just thought we should.
Oh. Well, I got a message recently from my dungeon master from back home. Well, he's not there anymore. He moved to the territories, but I think we're gonna try and get a game together now that we're not in the middle of school anymore. We tried to do it during school. We were going to play online, but it just never really worked out because we're all so busy. But I think we're gonna get a game going over the break.
And I know my friends also who defected to the territories. They want to try and organize seeing Star Wars when I get back, which is tomorrow. I'm excited to go home. It's been a fun semester, but I'm ready to take a break. Good luck to anyone else who has finals still.
Like me, I have one more on Monday.
Poor you.
Mm-hmm. But I think it'll work out. I'm feeling ready.
I hope you are. Okay, for real now. I've been Jacob.
I've been Alex.
And hopefully the next host will see you for season 4.
And hopefully they'll be unaffiliated with Soaping.
Yep. Bye,
Goodbye.
everyone.
What you do?